What was that? 3 tries, 4 tries, Pedro? Fighting with the internet?
I didn't count. I think you're an amazing man.
See, what's amazing is I know I get on here most mornings at like 8:33, 8:34, flustered, my hair aloof, and people are like, he always says he's fighting with the internet. He was running late. Nope, I promise you. Yeah, just looking at the sticker on my cold brew. I was at Dunkin' Donuts at 7-Eleven. I was in here by 7:17. I've been here all morning, thought it was all good, and then it just throws up on me. So we're here now at 8:42. Pedro's here. We do commercial conversations every first Monday of the month, and that would be today. It is the first Monday of the month. We're going to roll through the morning news to remind you what's available for your face. It is August 3rd. If you want to believe this or not, you should probably sit down. We are 90 days out from November 1st. So you already could or couldn't afford cocktails when you went out for Halloween. I'm sure you had a good time. But that's coming. November 1st is right around the corner, 90 days out. So our activities today are going to obviously inform us on what's going to happen in about 3 months. The DTD2 has rolled. It is C and K that you're calling, and you're texting your eyes. And the menu on a Monday, as always, pretty full, and a little more full this week. We are going to a new format for Breakthrough 120. So we're going to teach it as Gary prescribed. Hi, Gary. And of course, I took it, and we were back at family reunion in Atlanta, and I'm like, you know what? I think we're going to do it different at 463. Of course, I did. I felt, and I'm still this. We're open to this, Pedro. We're A/B testing this for the first 2 rounds of Breakthrough 120. We did it on consecutive Mondays because I felt I'll yell at them on Monday. It gives them the rest of the week to implement what they learned on Monday. The way Gary wants it done, and the way we're doing it. Hi, Gary. You look great. We're going to fly through it in 1 week. So you're going to start to see for the rest of the year, the remainder of the year, we're going to deliver Breakthrough 120 in 1 week. Historically, it'll be the first week or close to the first half of the month, depending on what we have going on in our life. But this week, we're going to do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all 5 sessions. We will be in the Shark Tank from now on, just because doing it this way, there's too many conflicts with the training room. So if you've never been to the Portsmouth office, the Shark Tank is the big glass conference room on the corner. We'll be in there Monday through Friday for this. You can also grab this online too. If you go to kellerbreakthrough.com, you can Zoom from home on the couch with mittens. Tell her I said hello. So that starts at 9 o'clock. If you are doing your lead gen, you can go to KWBreakthroughClub.com. That's where people are going to be in there making their calls, working on their marketing, whatever they're doing to have more conversations. If you have not yet attended Breakthrough, class number 1, session number 1 is today, and that will run from 9 to noon, and that will be in the Shark Tank. So you've got your choices. You've either graduated Breakthrough 120, and now you're doing the work, or you're coming to 120, and you can do that in person in Portsmouth in the Shark Tank or on the Zooms. Then at 12 o'clock, everybody meets in the same room. We go back to the lead gen room, and we have our midday protocol conversation where we just check in with our results. What do we do for conversations and interactions since we last spoke, which was Friday? So how did your weekend go for conversations and interactions? Did you get agreements signed, and did you get appointments set? And we'll discuss all those things. That's every day. At noonish, we have that conversation. Today at 1:30, the Jason Westcott has asked the broker. So it's been a weekend. You ran into some stuff. You got some questions you didn't get answered in contracts because maybe you missed contracts. It's okay. We're not judging. I'm judging, but we're not all judging.
I'm judging.
Good. Pedro and I are judging, but not everybody's judging. So you've got access to your broker every Monday at 1:30 with Ask the Broker. That's at kellertv.com. And then at 2:30, the Maggie McDowell does Tech Your Business to the Next Level. That conversation you can join by registering with the link on the morning news. And then at 3 o'clock, right behind that, the Tiffany Hampton with 25 and 26. And you can register for that conversation individually with the link in the morning news. It is 8:45. We should be wrapping up, but I was wrestling with the intertubes. So we're here now. Pedro's here. Commercial is happening. And I think the cadence for people that are in real estate, they might feel as if energy starts to die off in August because people there's always an excuse, I guess, is my open here, Pedro. August, like, no, they're back to school shopping with their kids. They're not thinking about moving now. Like the residential mindset might be that if you were going to move, you would have moved because school is starting in 20 minutes ish. Which, if somebody's looking to move themselves or their children or their family into a more desirable, I won't say better, a more desirable school system, I think they're looking whenever they can. All that aside, People might be cramming in vacations. People might be deciding they'll do it next year. That mindset might be in the residential world. There, do you find there's gaps with commercial where people slow down?
To answer your question directly, absolutely not. And I
Okay.
don't believe there's gaps in residential. It's gaps in the effort of agents keeping their clients going. We see the same thing between Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Yes.
But
Yes.
if you go
Yep.
back and look at my years, even when I did residential, February was always one of the top closing months for me. It's because I kept on having the conversations. I thought the conversations were easier, during Thanksgiving and Christmas, because now I'm just, hey, how you doing? How's everything going? And I think if you're leading with care calls and not salesy sales calls in September, like how's everything going with your
Mhm.
school? You know what I mean? Or if you're a residential agent and you want to understand neighborhoods and communities better, talk to the people in those communities. You don't have to be selling, just
Mm.
be in conversation, and the right opportunities will pop up.
Yeah, I agree with you about the slowdown at the holidays for sure. Because I would argue, I think agents in our ecosystem start to pull their foot off the some, not all. Some agents in our ecosystem start to pull their foot off the brake even the Wednesday before Pi Day. Like the slowdown is coming, and we're peppering ourselves with all these things that we do that are sort of signals that the year is ending. Conversely, on the educational calendar, there's business planning clinics are kicking in, and we're getting ready for those 27 conversations, um, which is also incredible because today technically is November 1st. What's the barometer for you to make sure? Because obviously the conversations are longer and arguably more complex. What do you do to make sure that you know that your pipeline's moving? Like what are the signals to you that you have enough going on? Like if I'm telling agents and all of our agents for that matter, and this goes for our commercial agents too, like conversations that you're tracking, agreements that you're getting signed, appointments that you're setting. Like those are all those work for everybody. But where the time frame of a closing or a gestation period, as it were, for commercial can be longer. How do you how do you manage that? Where it might not be 90 days for you because it's just there can be some longer draws with commercial.
Yeah, I think for me, and this happened again when I was doing residential as well, in the form I was doing residential, but um, I'm not. It's good to have the markers of, hey, November 1st is 90 days out. I still look at things that way and just kind of see where I'm at. Same way as when you send out the midday protocol text I'm sure people complain about getting that text every day. I love it because it makes me know, like, it's like one of those like little checks. And so, all those checks and balances, my calendar and all that. But when I started embracing the process and like knowing that I need to make this many calls, I have business planning clinic. I I formulate what my plan is. I focus on the plan and the process. I don't focus on the outcome. I show up, I get my check, and it's in my bank account. That's great.
Mhm.
But this when I stopped counting my commissions and figuring out when I'm going to get paid, and I just focused on the plan I put in place that you helped me and other people have helped me put in place. Um, it's just the regular check-in. Okay, how many did I make the conversations I needed today? Okay, and then if I do all those things, that money comes. So I'm never worried about the money. I shouldn't say I'm never worried about the money, but that's not the
It
driving
takes care of
force.
itself.
It's the
Yeah, it takes
concept.
care of itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a group in on a panel for the All Partners meeting just last month, and I loved because I love semantics, and I love the way he put it. Ezra said, "I leverage my team," and this could be anybody. I don't care if you're a solo artist and it's just you and Mittens. Like you can still find leverage in our ecosystem through VAs, VTCs, and all that kind of stuff. The way Ezra put it, I thought was brilliant because he was saying the same thing, and if you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't know what he meant. But he said, "I'm more with the leverage of my team." And with the leverage that he's created for himself, I'm more focused on making money than I am about getting paid. Like he's doing the money making activities, not doing the things that facilitate the paycheck getting to the finish line, which I mean, ultimately is like once the deal is in place, he's got all these other things, systems set up for himself to make sure that that gets babysat, so he doesn't sit over the grill and watch the burger cook. Do you know what I mean? And I thought that
Mhm.
was really wise, and I hope people caught that because I thought it was brilliant, and it should be a T-shirt. And if that's his, I'm gonna footnote him every time I say it until I find out he stole it. But who knows? But I just thought
And the
it
same
was
thing,
brilliant thinking.
if you looked at Troy Williams' post over the weekend about looking for new agents, I think there's probably some people that were like, "Oh, I don't want to be involved in that." Like, because you know how Troy is extremely direct, but
Yeah.
he basically said, "Hey, we're gonna do the cooking. You just got to get out there and serve the food." You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
And if I was going to be on a team, I want to be on a team that is able to do all that
Yeah.
and has a proven track record. And
Yeah.
Ezra's in a very successful team that does that. Troy has a very successful team that does that. And again, I think if you put Ezra out on his own, he's going to be a very good agent, but he's going to have to do the cooking.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to cook and you just want to you want to serve the people, that's align yourself with a good team. And if you don't, make sure you're getting all the systems and models in place so you're not playing catch up and you're doing the work that needs to be done.
Well, the irony is people are willing, like most of the aggregators now are moving to a model where it might even be free up front, but there's going to be a big lump on the back end, right? And what's fascinating is that you'll talk to an agent and they'd be willing to get involved with that because now there is no upfront payment. There's no pain on the front. There'll be a big chunk on the back. And it's almost you're gonna the math is gonna math out the same way, whether you're on a successful team or whether you're doing that kind of and you're probably better off on the successful team, quite honestly, because if you look at some of these models, and I'll pick on Zoller while you brought him up, one of our we only have right now that we know of that I know of. So if somebody's out there, raise your hand, let me know. We have two teams right now that have a dedicated ISA. Danika's doing it with Alexandria, and of course the
Mhm.
great Brandon Schaefer across the hall in here is just hammering the phones for the Zola group. And that's another piece of massive leverage where you're getting the phone call from Brandon and he's like, "Hey, got somebody for you. Got somebody for you." And that's the cost of doing business. And to your point is like if you just want to show up and 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 jump in to a situation, yeah, there's more accountability, but there's so much more success.
Yeah, and again, not. I think there's more that comes with teams, but if
Mm,
you're going to use the aggregators, the digital aggregators, and you don't know how to fish, we've since I've been here, how many times have we seen Zillow change their format, and what helps them not helps the people or the agents, and it's about them, and at
mm,
some point you're gonna have to fish, and if you don't know how to do that, if you're not plugging into Breakout, if you're not jumping into Bold, if you're not going coaching with you or all that, there's going to be hiccups and disruptions in your business when somebody else's business changes their model. And
yeah,
again, if I don't I don't I don't work at Kohl's because I don't want to go by anybody's playbook. So why would I go by a big corporate entity's playbook that I don't know when they're going to change their whim?
right. Yeah, that's always been my biggest concern when people get knee deep with aggregators or even an aggregator. If your business model is heavily dependent on it, they could change their mind. They could have changed their mind on midnight on August 1st. And then the pushback I get is, well, no, Timmy, I wrote them a check and I've got a contract with them through August of next year. It's like, well, they can send you your money back.
Yeah, and I can guarantee you, if you don't think they have an out, you did not read the contract you signed.
There's always an out. There's always an out. Um, Insofar as commercial is concerned, where's the space right now that you're enjoying? I mean, I know obviously if you can get involved in something that's hospitality driven because of your background, but what are the commercial deals that you're enjoying the most right now?
To be honest with you, I try to stay away from the restaurants as much as possible. Restaurants are a very hard sell right now, unless you're a very extremely proven track record. You're probably not going to get the lending
Mm,
on a restaurant. It's going to be hard unless you're going to come down with a lot of capital up front. Which in restaurants you need that. You need to hold on as much capital as possible. But to answer your question, definitely.
can you help me get into a hot dog cart, Pedro? Can we do that?
Yeah, I actually have one to sell you. Um,
Do you?
yeah, I have access to one. Yeah, but anyways, I think over the last year and a half, probably 2 years now, I've been doing a good amount of life science and medical offices. I've enjoyed that because that was a new
Hmm,
learning curve
hmm.
that I undertook. Um, and all the classes and everything I took to get to that point was had a proven track record afterwards. You
Sure.
know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that was exciting. I'm doing a lot more industrial lately, which I enjoy. Everything from light industrial up to some significant things, and then but kind of like it all. I like the whole building communities, one business at a time type of thing, and supporting those businesses. So a little bit of everything.
If you've got a client who needs some help with commercial and you are not a commercial agent, and you hear residential, and we say that because we don't want you to try to be commercial if you don't have your commercial license. There's others. You have to join a commercial board. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we have the same license. I
Yes,
just
yeah,
want to be
I
clear about that.
apologize. The board.
But
It's the board.
I know you slip, but a lot of people ask that all the time. So I just want to be clear. But Nate's only guardrails he imposes is that you got to be part of the board. I think it falls short because all of a sudden you got a good deal coming up, and say it's a hotel, and you're like, oh, this is a big check, and I want this, and I get the excitement. But if you think that there's somebody in your sphere or multiple people in your sphere, start coming to the contracts class that's next Wednesday, so you can understand the language. Join Cyborg, take the classes that we have, at least for continuing ed. But get ready for that. And if you're not ready for that, I strongly suggest you refer it to a capable agent, because what we see a lot of times is that somebody is excited to do a deal, and then because they don't know the language, they don't know how everything works. That even just the tempo of a deal, they end up losing the deal and not getting any money. At least
Mm,
25%
mm.
is better than nothing.
Yes, absolutely.
So we
I'm
do
gonna go out
see
on
more fumbling it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb. I know it's 339-224. I'm getting there, right?
Zero. Yeah. Wow. We've been doing this long enough. 0912.
339-224-0912. If you have a question for Pedro, want to find out more about commercial, you have a referral for him because it makes sense to do that, like he just said. I would rather have the whole grape than be fighting for, half the watermelon rather than fighting for my whole grape. And that's what people do. You're sort of stepping over yourself because you want to capture all of the money. Better off to have, some learning involved and then have your client taken care of by somebody who's going to take great care of them. And that's what Pedro and the rest of our commercial community can do for you. So 339-224-0912.
Yes, sir.
I have it memorized now. I finally did it. The 339 just jams me up. I'm an even number guy, and I don't know. I don't know. It just always jammed me up. Pedro, thanks for hanging out. I will be down in the Shark Tank. I'm already late. We're going to start session 1 of Breakthrough 120 in just about a minute. Take care, guys. Thanks, Pedro.
Thank you.